Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're going to break down a really revolutionary new tool. It connects the Claude AI directly to TradingView, and frankly, it gives you what feels like a completely unfair advantage in the market.
Okay, so let's just dive right into this. For the longest time, AI trading tools have had this one major flaw. They work by taking a screenshot of your chart and then trying to analyze the pixels. Well, by the time you get a result, the market's already moved. The advice is basically useless. But the tool we're covering today, it works on a code level, reading live data straight from the chart. And that changes everything.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at exactly why that old screenshot method just doesn't work. Then, we'll see how this new code-level solution operates, walk you through the unbelievably simple setup, and then, the fun part, show you how to unleash its power to automate your entire trading strategy.
Right, let's get into the weeds here. Why are tools that rely on images just so fundamentally flawed for the fast-paced world of trading? It really boils down to two things: delay and guesswork.
You see, when an AI analyzes a picture, it's looking at a static, dead image. By definition, that data is already old news. And what's worse, if the image is even a little bit low quality, the AI has to guess, which can lead to huge mistakes. It's kind of like trying to trade today's market using yesterday's newspaper. It's a completely reactive and broken process from the start.
So, how does the MCP tool fix all this? Well, it doesn't just improve on the old way, it's a completely different way of thinking. It goes straight to the source. The TradingView MCP tool doesn't see your chart in a visual sense. Nope. Instead, it actually hooks directly into the code that's drawing the chart on your screen. It reads the live dynamic data, which means it knows the exact price of every single candle live all the time. And because it's reading the code, the AI has access to everything, even on a 1-second chart. It knows the precise top and bottom of every single wick. It can interact directly with your indicators. There is absolutely zero lag. And what that means for you is you get instant, precise, and genuinely actionable analysis.
Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This level of integration must be a nightmare to set up, right? Well, the creator thought of that and built a one-shot setup prompt that does all the heavy lifting for you. It's actually brilliant.
The setup is literally this simple. Step 1, you copy the one-shot setup prompt from the project's GitHub. Step 2, you paste that whole block of text into your Claude terminal and you hit run. The AI then handles the entire installation. It'll only ask you a couple of simple yes or no questions, and that's it. Once that's all done, you run one last little command: TV health check. This just confirms that Claude is properly hooked into your TradingView desktop app and you're ready to go.
Okay, but what if you run that health check and something goes wrong? Don't worry. If you do hit a snag, it's almost always one of a few really common, easy-to-fix issues. So here are a couple of things to check. First, is your TradingView desktop app actually running? Sounds silly, but it happens. Second, just double-check that you copied and pasted the full application path correctly in that launch command Claude gave you. Honestly, those two things solve pretty much any connection problem and will get you that beautiful CDP is live confirmation you're looking for. Okay, now this is where things start to feel like you're living in the future. Once you're connected, you don't have to code anything. You don't have to manually tweak settings. You just talk to the AI in plain English to build and launch incredibly complex trading strategies. The whole workflow is just genius in its simplicity. You start by just describing your strategy, in regular words. Claude takes what you said and translates it into a configuration file called rules.json. Then it uses those rules to automatically write and deploy a custom Pine script right onto your live chart. Your words literally become code in an instant. I mean, you can literally say something just like this. You can tell it to go research a successful trader, figure out their strategy and the indicators they use, and then just build that whole setup on your chart. Claude will go out, do the research for you, and implement it. It's wild. And the end goal here is always a Pine script, which is TradingView's own language. And this is so important because it lets you backtest any strategy the AI generates. You can see exactly how it would have performed in the past, which lets you prove your ideas before you risk even a single dollar in the live market. Now, having the AI analyze charts one by one is amazing, but it can still be a bit repetitive. To solve that, an incredibly useful custom command was built to completely automate your daily market analysis. So instead of manually checking Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then Solana, and on, you just open your terminal and type this one command, morning brief. It then instantly scans your entire watch list based on whatever strategy you have active. And this is what you get, a clean, simple report right in your terminal. Every single morning, you get the signal and a key takeaway for every asset you care about. It tells you exactly where to focus your attention, and it saves you hours of manual work. And this is where the real magic happens, the deep customization. You can define your exact risk parameters, your rules for entry, your rules for exit. You can even tell Claude to go find transcripts of expert traders and clone their entire thinking process. And every instruction you give just updates your rules JSON file, all through a simple conversation. Look, at the end of the day, this tool completely changes how you operate. It moves you from being a reactive, emotional trader to an efficient, automated strategist. You're not just analyzing the market anymore. You're executing a pre-planned, data-driven strategy with almost no effort. What this tool unlocks is something that just didn't exist before. It's the ability to take your unique trading intuition, your actual brain, and turn it into executable code without writing a single line. It removes the emotion and it automates your edge. So really, the only question left is, what are you going to build first?